looking all crazy. It's a beautiful day today, and I got some things that I want to share with you. Pops? Yes, there will be pops. And some other things too, maybe some comic books or stuff. Just stuff that arrived at the door. I have a habit of shopping and getting stuff that eventually I'll read or stuff. So these will be books and pops. So let's see what I got today that I can share with you. Got my big deluxe scissors out to cut open these boxes and stuff. And so the first thing I got that I'll be reading is... What is it? What is it? What is it? Ooh! It's The Dark Knight, a true Batman story, which I believe is a graphic novel about Paul Dini and all of his problems that he's been having. I heard a lot of good stuff about this book. That's why I want to read it. I don't really know much about it other than it's kind of Paul Dini going through, he had a incident where he got beat up and the recovery of all that. And as a writer for Batman, pretty popular writer as well for Batman and Batman cartoons and stuff like that, and just a writer in general for a lot of stuff. He wrote a graphic novel about all of that. So, looks pretty good. The art looks pretty good. Just stabbing himself in the chest with a award, with an Emmy. It happens. So it looks good. Looks interesting. So I'll be reading this. I'll be adding that to my Goodreads of things I want to read. Oh, look, it has a little card in it too. I didn't realize it had a little signature autograph card. So thank you to the people who sent this to me. Got a little autograph card and everything with it. So that looks like it's going to be fun. I do love a graphic novel. I do love a comic book. The next thing I got also, what is this going to be? Oh, well, I'm going to have to add this too. It's the third volume of The Invisibles. So last year I decided I was going to reread a lot of the old comics that I loved that were being reprinted in trades. And that was Suicide Squad and New Teen Titans. And I'm still reading them because they're still being printed, which I'm very excited about. And the thing that I loved about that experience, or this experience that I'm having, reliving my childhood, is that I love the stories just as much as I did back then. It takes me right back to the way I was feeling. I have the same feeling about the characters that I was having back then. The art, the writing, I'm sorry, but there aren't a lot of things nowadays that can compare to them. And so I added The Invisibles to that too, because The Invisibles is actually a series that I didn't read when it was originally out. And it's sort of one of those ones that it's always like, well, should I have been reading this all this time? The first volume I didn't like. The second volume I did like. So I'm willing to see what happens on this third volume. It's not that the characters are all that interesting, because they're kind of not. Even Lord Fanny's not that interesting to me. But I like the way that the stories are constructed and some of the thought lines, that Morrison does. That's why he's such a popular writer, I think. He thinks of some strange things, strange ways of saying how we're feeling. So I've got that to read too. So add those to the pile. I think everyone should have a pile of books that they're going to read. First of all, actually read them, but just have a pile. It's better than the internet. It's not better than YouTube though, but it's better than the internet. So now what I have is pops. Should be 2 pops in here from the Pop in the Box people. So now, as you probably know, I already did my Pop in the Box for this month. But I made a boo-boo. I tried to change my order so that instead of getting 3 a month, I would only get 2 a month. Just because if you saw my pops, you'd see that I've got way too many. And I still like pops a lot, but I'm not as excited when I just get some of the general ones now because I've got so many. It's really got to be a special one. Like last time, I won't spoil it for you, but I got a pop that I was so excited about because I've been wanting to get it for the longest time. And the thing about Pop in the Box is these are just random ones. Random to the extent that you go to the site and you can choose the ones that you would like to receive, and then they just pull 2 from their stock, I guess, and say, okay, this was on your list, so hopefully you like them. So what happened is that I went to change my order from 3 to 2, and for some reason with their site, you have to delete your old order and then add your new one. And of course they just thought, oh, it's an all new order, so we're gonna send it this month. So I've actually gotten, this will be 5, look at my hair, it's so crazy. 5 pops this month. That is called a problem. It's a problem for America, as some people like to say. But, so let's see what we got. Hopefully some ones that I really, really love, and, or you'll be seeing these up for sale on eBay. So here we go. Oh my God! How funny is this? Okay, so they're not bad pops. One I will keep. Why? Because it goes along with the one that I was talking about from before that I just can't, this right here is killing me. So I guess I'm gonna have to spoil it now. If you didn't watch my other video, go watch it now and then come back. It's only like 10 minutes long, I think. Okay, are you back? Am I back? So the last time I got my pops, I got David Bowie from Labyrinth. So, which I was excited about because I've been wanting that pop for a long time. And I said how I got Ludo, but I didn't have any of the other ones. Well, guess what? Now I've got, bing, it's Sarah and Worm. It's a Jennifer Connelly pop. So, this one's kind of cool. I'll probably keep this one now that I've got almost all of the ones from this series. The only one I don't have is Jareth in his white outfit, in the dreamy white outfit, or Hago, who I don't actually like. And as a pop, just kind of looks like the character anyways. I really wish they had that other character, that dog character, right? Writing the fox character, writing the dog. And in between the last time I talked about this and now, I did not bother to go look up what that character's name is. So, so if you know, why don't you comment? Help me out. Okay, so this one most likely will get sold unless Scott likes it or wants to keep it, because I'm not a fan of The Walking Dead, but I am a fan of this character. Negan. I can't believe so many people have been mispronouncing this character's name. But Negan, especially in the comics, not so much the show, because I have not even watched the show since he's been on, so I have no idea whether or not they're doing a good job with him. But in the comics, he's a very interesting character. He's a very interesting way of approaching this world. So if you've been reading the graphic novels, you know that at this point, it's pretty a new society is pretty much built up. And some of the original group of people, including Rick, pretty much everyone defers to them all the time, which I don't find very realistic. I mean, I do think that as a society, we're always looking for folks who are going to protect us and take care of us. Obviously, that's why we voted in Trump. But, or sometimes we go against that. We're like, burn it all down. Scorched earth, people. So it's interesting to have a character like him in the comics who sort of is like, he's scared. He is frustrated. He is trying to do the best he can with the way that the world is now. And, you know, he's not necessarily that smart, you know, education-wise, but he's smart enough to survive in this you know, environment that he's got. And look, he's got Lucille with him, too, the bat. That's kind of cool for the figure. So he's just a very interesting character to watch. And in the last couple of trades that I've been getting, because I'm not reading in single issues, who does? Who reads comic books anymore? Floppies, as we like to call them, anymore. He's really had some great emotional beats, because I really thought that Kirkman was kind of losing it, and it's time to end this series. And, you know, how long are you going to milk this cow? But there's some interesting things still going on with Negan and what he's done. Now that he's kind of been dethroned, But in a way, it doesn't matter because he doesn't have to be in control of everything. He just has to be in control of himself and what could happen to him. And I think that's part of what he's learning on this current part of his journey. And if I don't want to ruin it for you, but if you're reading the comics, you know that some very exciting things have happened with Lucille. And just a rabbit. Yes. And and if you're a fan of the show and you haven't been reading the comics, catch up because it's some pretty interesting things going on with that. So those are the pups I got. I'm happy with both of them. We'll see if I keep the Negan one. But the Sarah and the Worm one is kind of cool. I mean, it's sort of like they probably try to get the same, franchise out to you first or something. Or maybe this is just where the surplus is. Because remember before I was telling you how they were giving me all the 16 candle ones? And now they seem to have moved over to the Labyrinth ones. So next month, don't be surprised if I get hoggled. So I won't be surprised. And don't be surprised if by next month I still don't know the name of that character. So first person who puts it in the comments is going to get a prize from me.